Thank you guys for clicking on this video brought to you by Backyard Zombie. I have a very special guest today. This is Levi Miller.
Hi-ho.
And Levi has brought me something very cool to look at today because I'm a big fan of Hellboy. Levi's a huge fan of Hellboy, but Levi is also a huge fan of the game Dungeons & Dragons. This is like a role-playing version of Dungeons & Dragons. Is it like officially Dungeons & Dragons?
No, basically it's set up the exact same way, but there's a lot of stuff that's just different about it. They do the same bit of stuff, but it's just like a standard tabletop RPG.
Very cool. Now, how long have you been waiting for this to arrive?
Oh man, I ordered this back when the Kickstarter started in June of 2020. So it's almost been a solid 2 years since I put money into this and waited for it. And
well, there is a lot of cool stuff here. So I think it was worth the wait. Now, who created this exactly?
So the people who did the Kickstarter for this was Mantic Games. Now they do a lot of different stuff with a lot of different RPGs, but they especially do the actual Hellboy board game. It's licensed through them as well as with all like the rights and everything. So this is just basically an offshoot from that.
Cool. Well, I'm seeing a lot of cool stuff. So let's go through this. Let's start with this pile. So what's this?
All right. So this is going to be the GM or DM screen. So basically with this, you're going to have this in front of you while, running a game. Each thing.
Very cool art by Mike Mignola.
Yes, they got
Liz, Abe.
We got Hellboy.
Can you help me to unfold that?
We're going to fold this out because this is basically what the players are going to see. So, but it goes through every single character, all art done. They had it copied onto here and everything like that.
So
and
this way.
This is where the money happens.
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to be everything that the DM or GM is going to need for playing a game. It gives you a whole bunch of different scenarios that you can throw in for your players, different reactions, character stats. So if you need quick builds on things, you can look into it and do different things for your characters and for your enemies that are going against them and whatnot. But just a nice little breakdown of everything you're going to need.
That's very cool. This is a big book.
Yes, this is going to be the main book. Okay. So whenever they first did this, they were just going to do like a standard, just like a nice little standard book with this artwork on it. Mm-hmm. But since it got funded so quickly in such a short amount of time, they had to think of different ideas to actually make this a lot better than what it was. Okay. So what they did was they did the outside as a cardboard slipcase, which is just beautiful.
Yes. Wait. Oh, I see the leather. I want to see this.
Oh yes. And let's see if I can get this to slide out.
Slide it out.
Ooh. They upgraded to a leather bound, but also upgraded into the logo on the front as well.
Yeah, this embossing is just absolutely, this looks like a prop from a Hellboy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the BPRD logo, this looks like Professor Broom could be holding this and just be like, Hellboy. Oh, that's so cool. And it's got all of the game contents. Oh, and some comic picture stuff.
Yeah, so they take a lot of reference from every bit of work actually he's done on Hellboy, Mike Mignola, going through getting everything you need to set up games, to have party interactions. They have different they call them case files instead of quests and everything like that. So just the whole kit and caboodle. This is what makes the game the game.
Who's your favorite BPRD member?
Oh, I usually gotta say Hellboy is always the favorite, but I love me Abe. Abe is beautiful.
I love Johan, and then I'm just a huge fan of Lobster Johnson.
Yes.
I don't care what anyone says about the 2019 Hellboy movie because we got Thomas Hayden Church as Lobster Johnson. Beware my claw. Best part of the movie for me. I don't care what anyone says about that movie. We got Lobster Johnson.
Exactly.
So I'm guessing these are just like player sheets or...
Yeah, so with these, you go through and set up your character sheets and everything like that. These are the really, really nice ones that you get whenever you actually ordered it. I put an order in for another 20 of these, so I had extra. But they also gave out PDFs of everything for booklets, everything like that. These sheets,
that's super nice.
They have PDFs of everything, so you can download it and play it whenever. So I actually started looking into a lot of this before this even came out, because I got the PDFs like a year and a half ago.
Those are really nice. Okay, and I think we have you said this is a poster.
Yes.
So really nice artwork by Mike Mignola.
Yep, the whole setup here with everyone on it. Just a very nice poster in general. But it is also a Hellboy timeline poster. This was another one of the stretch goals that they gave out since they got funded so quickly. Was just another thing that they added in to make it just a little bit more better for everyone.
I think comic book wise, I have Seed of Destruction all the way through The Wild Hunt upstairs. Because I love Hellboy, and it's super fun. And then the series that's going on currently is about some kind of sword. It's not Excalibur, I don't remember exactly, but it's a 4-issue run, and it was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
This is the field manual. Now, what's the difference between this and that big book?
Now, this is just going to be a lot more in-depth stuff of specific, like actual specific case files that you're going to be working on. So they give you just a little bit extra things. You have different, what am I going to say? A lot of different characters, different missions that you can think about in here, and just give you a little bit more than the normal book would. So
This was part of like the next stretch goal.
Yeah, this was another one of those stretch goals, and I think mainly just for the field director set that I have as well.
That's
so
cool.
Just a nice extra added to the whole thing.
Let's go over these bags because they keep catching my eye.
Oh.
So let's go with that first one on top.
Now, again, this was part of like the highest tier that you can get. They had an extra offer to do for this one. It was either just a tie-up, or you can get the one with the buckle. And of course I went for the buckle because, you know, go big or go home.
Yes, exactly. And it's brass. It's really nice. Oh, that's super cool that it's not like a normal buckle. It's one of these like arrow things.
Yep.
This rolls out.
And this was done through the company All Rolled Up. I looked at a lot of their other work, and they just make some really cool stuff, honestly.
This is just super cool, especially with the BPRD logo that looks, and like the detail inside just looks like an actual, like this looks like, I'm getting like this archaeologist kind of vibe. It's very worn, there's weathering. It's super cool. I hear dice.
Ooh,
I
yes.
can't really show the dice to the camera now, but we will be showing close-ups of these dice because these are Hellboy dice from the game.
Correct, and I had 2 sets made. I had one for the actual set, and I bought an extra set as well, because why not?
That's super cool. And then this bag, which is just the coolest thing on this table right now for me.
This sealed the entire deal for that big package. As soon as I saw this bag get put on there, I immediately had to have it.
It's so cool. It's a nice little like satchel. It's got tons of pockets for like whether you're using this for everyday use or for your game. It's such a cool bag. This is really cool. Wow, this big PRD logo. That's super cool, Levi. It's super dope.
I love it. And the best part about this is they sent it in like very good, like new condition. And I want to test my skills on whether or not I can actually weather this or not and make it look a little more field used.
Yeah, that's so cool. Especially some like subtle stitching to make it look like you really are a BPRD operative.
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally, we got some figures here. I don't know how well this will show up. I don't want to take. I guess we can
take the top off.
We'll take a couple out.
Yeah.
So the first one, who are these guys? These random like creatures?
Those are just going to be random ads or minions that you're going to be using to face off with. Just extra things, just in case you needed something a little more spicier to throw on the field instead of just trying to explain it to everyone.
Here's the man himself.
They go through all the main cast, Abe, Johan, Hellboy, Liz, and they even do Rasputin as well.
And what are these like little, they look like little they're not campfires, what are they?
Just more little ads that they did. I think they're like worm-like creatures that just like attack you and trap you if you walk near them.
I have no doubt in my mind these are all just resin printed.
Yep.
No doubt in my mind. That's great. Especially if you're looking into getting into resin printing. It's perfect for miniatures. So like for you, a resin printer would actually be like super good to invest in because you're like, oh, I want this character from Hellboy, and you're like, oh, it didn't come with it. Boop, boop, boop. Download, boom, print. you're done.
Exactly.
And then we have, these are big guys.
The bosses. Now, these are 2 different guys that they did. Actually, a lot of them, they are pulled directly from the actual comics, and some of these you actually might see in the movies, like the tentacle monster. And
it's
then
Cthulhu. It's not Cthulhu.
yeah, it could be. But just such nice details on these guys.
Very cool. So Levi, thank you so much for bringing. This is super cool. I'm not a big like tabletop person, but like I love Hellboy, and these were super cool to see, especially like your passion for this project. And you waited 2 years to get it.
2 years.
So I bet you're just pleased.
I am just beyond happy with everything that they did with this. I was in it 100% when they first announced it, and I'm still in it 100% now, no matter how long it took to get to me.
And then also, as a special surprise for you, I actually went into my storage unit, and I actually picked out this is probably one of the oldest props I've ever made. I probably made this in high school with my old man. So you probably saw it earlier and probably wondering what it was. This is my Good Samaritan pistol that I made with my dad probably like in 2000, I'm gonna guess 2010. Now, this thing is big. It's wood, it's got a bunch of door hinges. I saw the episode of Indie Mogul, and they made the Good Samaritan. And I'm like, I want to make one too. I made the little BPRD logos in MS Paint.
Nice.
And it was just like, I was like, Dad, can you cut this wood for me? And I just thought you might appreciate seeing this like giant Hellboy pistol from my past, when I used to be obsessed with Hellboy. And yeah, so if you want to...
Oh my.
It's just a big hunkin' piece of wood.
This thing is beautiful. It makes you feel like Hellboy holding it.
It doesn't have a trigger.
It's close enough though. Just look how beautiful it is.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, I should just buy. Now with like 3D printing and resin printing is so like accessible, I could go on Etsy right now and buy a kit. And sometimes I think maybe I should just buy the 2004 kit for the Good Samaritan, and just I'll have that and like look what I did before. This is what I do now.
And then you can turn into Adam Savage and turn one completely out of metal.
Because he's crazy. And
he is.
No, I've watched all those videos. It's insane. I might be alone here, but the new Good Samaritan pistol in Hellboy the 2019, I think it's sleek and it's nice.
I think they did a really good job with that. Overall, like that movie, we're just getting a little off topic here for that, but aesthetically it looks beautiful.
Yes.
Like they did a fantastic job with it nonetheless. Everything from the creatures to the people to CGI, honestly, was great. They could have did a little bit better with that story.
They missed the mark. My favorite gun from the Hellboy 2019 movie is actually the one he used in the very beginning of the movie. It's a pistol, but it's not the Good Samaritan that he gets later in the movie.
Oh yes.
It actually has a pump, like a shotgun pump, and it's such a cool looking gun. He only uses it in like one scene, and then he breaks it, and I'm just like, it had a pump on it. It was a pump pistol shotgun. It was so cool. Well, Levi, thank you so much for coming to Backyard Zombie.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for showing us. I've been wanting to do more like product reviews, and this is something that was really cool that you invested in a Kickstarter, and now you have all this cool Hellboy stuff to play. And when you set up a game, I'll come over and I'll play.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I know it's not like my normal content, but I really wanted to show this off. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.